Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today I have an update about Gaio because a lot of you have asked me about Gaio after the first video I did. So thank you so much for the great response. I am definitely still working with Gaio. We are working a lot on relaxation, working together and just having fun really. As you can see here, I am just chilling with him in the field. I think it's always really nice to bond with your horse, to just have some time without doing anything and just keeping him company. He has a little bit of an itch, really nice. Just chilling in the field and enjoying that. Okay, so I wanted to show you actually 2 days. One day that I did a little bit of trick training and just playing with him to just understand each other, and one day that I ride a little bit with him to just show you what we're up to. Okay, so here working in hand, he always got a little bit nervous, I thought, by working in hand, just because he wanted to do things so right. And here you can see I touch his legs a little bit because he's quite sensitive on them after I work in hand, because I don't know why, I think he just thinks he needs to do something. So I did some Spanish walk because he really likes doing a Spanish walk and he's really good at it, and it makes him just really happy. And then later on, as you can see, I tried in trot. He doesn't really know where to go with all of his legs still, but that's okay. He really likes it and he's trying so hard. So what I'm really just trying to do is to try to just get him to play with me, have fun with me. Doesn't matter if he goes right or wrong, he doesn't have to worry about that. So as you see, sometimes I take my time to pet him and to just tell him how good he's doing. Okay, so the other side, I tried also a little bit of the Spanish trot, but you can see that he gets a little bit confused because he's not really comfortable being on that side yet, and I haven't really practiced that much. So I tried a few times here, and then I realized that it's maybe better if I take it slow, because it doesn't matter if he doesn't do it correctly straight away. I think I just first have to calm him to be comfortable on this side and trot next to me. So you see, he can just trot next to me, and I'm just trying to calm him that he knows it's okay, doesn't matter. It's all alright, we can just take our time until he's comfortable. So always time for a few cuddles and kisses. So we're trying a little bit of the piaffe, but for me it's not because he needs to do the piaffe, but because he just needs to understand that if I do something with the whip, that it's not scary. So I always try to touch him before we do anything else with the whip. So I just pat him with the whip over the back. And then I just want him to relax and not straight away, out of panic, try to do a piaffe or something else. So he does the piaffe here quite alright, but for me it's just more that he waits and just is chill and not too worried about me asking something of him. So now it's time to try to see if he wants to go on the pedestal. To be honest, this is actually the very first time we are ever trying this together. I thought it was actually fun to maybe do this together and show you what this will look like. As you can see, he is a little bit scared of what the pedestal is, which is normal. He needs to get used to the feeling, the sound, the idea of his foot being onto something, and then learning that he can put his weight onto it. You saw that he got a little bit scared, which is absolutely normal, not a problem. I'm just trying to show him to follow my hand, and that is all alright, and then with little steps he might be comfortable to ever step onto it. We're just taking it slow, little steps. I'm putting one leg on, then I want to see if he wants to follow my hand that has a treat in it to move forward, so I'm not pulling on the rope. I only hold the rope to maybe help and guide him in what direction he needs to go to. So then actually I asked Matt to help me because he was already there, and sometimes with two people it's a bit easier. It might look like I want to put him on the pedestal, but that's not the case. I'm just trying to be there for when he wants to lift his other leg, then I can try to help him. And then he actually already put his weight onto the pedestal, and then I thought this was alright, this was enough. He tried and that is already good, so I walked a little bit with him, and that was enough for today. So the next day I thought it was going to be fun if I could show you a little bit of the riding and where we're up to. I'm just going to get him out of the stable, do some fun things together, and I will get him ready for the riding. You can see he's already a little bit more comfortable on the wash bay, that he's not like moving that much anymore. He always wants to play a little bit with his legs or with his lips, but I feel like it's already a bit better than before. And I think he looks actually really good and really healthy. So for today I've actually decided to ride him bitless without a saddle. I must admit lately I have been riding him a lot with a saddle, and I have gotten a lot of help from people with some lessons, and to focus a little bit more on getting everything a little bit more strict and a bit more focusing on the relaxation, while I also can still ask for things, because I wanted to try to focus on the relaxation, but I also need to be able to ride him. And I think it has been going quite well. He is definitely a lot more relaxed and we're having fun together. But for myself, I don't really care yet for now what it looks like in a way for the dressage. Of course, it needs to be correct, but that will come very soon, I hope, when I can get a lot more help and we can focus a little bit more on that. But for now, it was just really important to be able to focus on having fun, being relaxed, and not to worry too much. So as you can see, he's already a lot more relaxed with getting on. He moves maybe a little bit, but it's not as bad anymore. And then I realized I forgot to close my boots. Very handy, of course, but I think it's only a good thing for him that he needs to know that even if I do these things, he doesn't need to worry. He can just stay relaxed and I can close my boots. Okay, I just had to show you this because look at him. Every time I try to give him a treat, first of all, it's very difficult to put it into his mouth because usually it falls, and he just opens his mouth like he's at the McDonald's or something. It's really funny, maybe not the best, but it's still really funny. So I think, as you can see, he's already a lot more relaxed in the walk. I usually first start with a little bit of contact and then I try to see if he wants to follow the hand a little bit to stretch a little bit more. Sometimes we still have that he might be a little bit round in the front, or that he gets a little bit stressed and you can see his still go a little bit, but I don't think it's that much of a problem. Of course you want to fix it, but for now it's already a lot better. So I'm just warming up, walking on both sides a little bit, trying to think to sit straight, as Alize tried to teach me, to get him to be a little bit more relaxed. Also with the warm-up it's nice to do a little bit of the piaffe, just a bit of stretching, a bit of flexion, all of these kind of things to just get him to listen to me. Then I'll try to get his contact a little bit higher, a little bit lower. It's nice to swap that around for him as well. And I think it's also nice to show you for what it's like for now. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not saying it's all perfect, but it's just nice to show you so you know what it looks like right now, and for me also to see what can change, and for you to know that it's all gonna be a long road, but that's also okay. Try to reward him every time when he relaxes. So what I also do with the warm-up is usually to put him a little bit in a leg yield, so that he just knows to move on my leg, that he gets a little bit more supple as well in his shoulder and his hind legs. So I'll give him a little bit more rein, so to see if he wants to follow but still stays relaxed. And what you sometimes might see, that I ask a bit more on the inside than the outside, but that is just to get a bit more flexion in his body. So usually when a horse has some flexion in his body, then he needs to relax, because when they are not relaxed, they really want to tighten their body. Then I play around a little bit with more collection, a bit more forward, a bit more normal and flat, to just play around for him to be okay in his mind and not to worry when things change. So even when things don't look how they need to look eventually, it is more for me that I can play around and that he doesn't stress too much about things changing. I also really wanted to show you this when I ask for a little bit more collection. You can see some of the reactions that he might have sometimes, that he is just really tensed and he kind of loses himself a little bit. But I just wanted to show you that that could also happen. And then I just try to get him more relaxed again by getting some flexion and maybe going for a relaxing walk. But some things are also going quite well, of course, and I will show you some of these clips and I hope you enjoy them.